What is happening today? Well, this is Friday. It is, I don't even know, what time is it right now? It is almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 1:45. I've been here since 7 a.m. People actually started showing up around that time to get things set up. But this is the big setup day. So I'm kind of stationed here under the shade as we're checking in vendors, as my absolutely lovely wife is doing right now. We're getting them their packs. Some of the artists and performers have ordered shirts, so we got those packaged and laid out here for them. Yeah, but right now, big mess and a lot of confusion. And if you look out over the field, you can see that a bunch of the different vendors have already started setting up their tents. We got the stages are going up right now. What's up?
So sorry to interrupt. Really important question.
Go for it.
Are the pies still available?
They are not. Be gone. So this is a kind of a bit of controlled chaos.
Jeff, I'm sorry to bug you. Where do I pick up the pies?
You're gonna edit this part. You know, it's crazy because it is just a ton of chaos going on right now. And yeah, this is actually one of our smoother, better setup days. We got a lot of people here. We got a lot of things in motion. Things are going. We have a little bit of extra pressure on us tonight because we have our first ever FOL Eve. It's a Friday night event. We got to make sure that those critical spots are in place. Now, the good news is FOL Eve is going to be entirely behind me over here. It's just going to be in our court of food. We do have a stage set up in the food area this year, so we're going to be using that one for FOL Eve. That stage will also be running during the event. I'm really happy with how things are going. Yesterday was Thursday, and Thursday is our ground marking day. We had to hand measure and mark on the ground 240 vendor spaces, and we then go through and ground spray the numbers on each. We put down little orange flags to show where those are. A lot of the volunteers you see here right now doing things are runners. So we have these welcome packs, we give them to our vendors. The runner then personally escorts the vendors to their spots to show them this is where your booth is, this is kind of how you're gonna set up your tent. Especially early on, that's really important because what you have is just a giant field with just orange flags on the ground. And it's really hard to visualize, like, what is everything gonna look like and where are things? So those runners are a critical function of getting those people into those spots. Once the tents kind of start going up, it's a little bit easier to see the plan and where things are. So that first step is just really critical, getting people into their right spots. I have an amazing, and I really mean that, it's just an incredible volunteer crew this year helping us out. Came in, a lot of hard workers getting right to it. They're getting the job done. But the worst part about today is the heat. It is hot. We are moving. We are just plowing through water. That's Dave, by the way. Dave is one of our veterans, a very good friend of mine. He is a pretty significant fixture in the event world.
Art Ladies Folly.
Oh, fantastic, yeah. So what you're hearing is runners coming by and telling, hey, this is the vendor that just arrived. So we have these welcome packs. These are actually one of the ones for my director. It's got all sorts of information on it. If it's a vendor, it actually has their booth spot on it. We've got participant pins. Here's our pins. So these are the badges. This is what if you're working the event. So volunteers, directors, artists, performers, they all get these. The ones that we sell have the same logo, they're the same size, they're just one color. So that's part of the check-in package. And then of course, we can't fit the shirts in the envelopes, so the shirts, we hand them off. We've got them separately labeled, very attractively bound with ribbon. My wife does a beautiful job color coding the ribbon. A nice maroon contrast to the teal. I deeply appreciate that. One of the crazy things about today and getting everything set up is that I literally have people coming from New York to Florida and every state in between on the East Coast. So people are arriving at all sorts of times. We had some people coming in last night. Some people aren't even gonna arrive till early tomorrow morning. So there's gonna be even set up and checking people in first thing in the morning. I know that there's a bunch of vendors who are actually gonna be showing up tonight during FOL Eve. So we're gonna have to check them in as well and give them an opportunity to get their stuff set up while we're running a separate party in the background. Right here, one of our amazing volunteers who comes down from Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And I even found out I got some messages from some attendees, some patrons. There's somebody coming down from Tennessee. We found out we get some people coming down from Virginia, a couple coming up from South Carolina, a bunch of different surrounding states. People are making the trip to central North Carolina to come to this event. And that just, it feels amazing. Yeah, some of our most important volunteers come from my hometown, which is Detroit. Meg, who's my second in command.
I'm Meg. I have been coming to Festival of Legends for quite some time. I think I've only missed the first 2 years. I work with Jeff as his second, so that means throughout the year we meet, we talk through logistics, we try to remember what we screwed up last year, try to find fixes, and on site, basically because I'm involved in the planning, If a decision needs to be made and he's tied up, I can make the decision because we're aligned on where everything goes and what fixes we pre-decide before we come to site. And so a lot of just coordinating with folks and making sure they feel welcome, and that if they have questions or concerns, we handle them nicely. I am so excited for tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be really great, a little hot compared to my native Detroit, but it's going to be a huge crowd. I'm excited about the bands. I'm excited about the aerialist that we have. She's phenomenal. Excited about some new stuff in the Children's Glen. What sets Festival of Legends apart in terms of staff from a lot of other places is Jeff treats us like family, and we treat each other like family, which means we often are like fighting siblings or cousins, but we all love each other a whole lot, and we take care of each other and the crowd with the same ethic of being kind. I think that matters, the way that we show up with love. I think when you do an event, if you approach it with an intention of greatness, love, kindness, and everybody having fun, it's a better event. And we all hold to that, so that's why this thing goes mostly well, unless we have bad weather or some weird thing happen, but we're a tight-knit crew and we love doing what we do.
Hi, I'm Melanie York. I am the volunteer coordinator for the Festival of Legends and have been here for at least 9 years. I keep coming back because it's so much fun. We love having passionate volunteers, people that can greet people, people that can haul some trash. We have at least 25 volunteers. The returning volunteers have always been amazing. They always want to come back. So if you're thinking about volunteering, you should, because you get to enjoy the festival for free while you work. So I use that as a huge selling point because this festival is so much fun to be at.
I don't think I've actually mentioned this to my audience. So the name of the company is officially Glitter Free Productions. Even though the event is the Festival of Legends, and we have run other events in the past, this is currently the only one and definitely the biggest one. And there's 2 reasons for the name Glitter Free. So the first one is, even though yes, I run a fairy festival, which are notorious for having just excessive amounts of glitter everywhere, I don't like glitter. I personally don't like glitter. It gets everywhere, but we all know the complaints about glitter. But the other reason, and kind of the main motivation behind why I really kept the name, is, aside from the fun kind of play, I know that there are out there unethical people in the industry. And I'm definitely not saying all of them. There's lots of great events out there that are very well run, but I also know that there are a lot of people out there who do some kind of shady things. And so part of the reason why I kept with the name Glitter Free, kind of an allusion to the fact of, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. I'm not gonna cover it with this pretty veneer. I'm not gonna lie to you. I try to be completely open and honest. I'm not gonna say there's this much better thing and then I pull the rug out from underneath. So it's just kind of an homage to and a reminder to me. Always conduct myself ethically, legally, and most importantly, to take care of the 900 people that are coming out and working this event. And that's volunteers, directors, vendors, all those. Hey, animal control. Nice. I don't know why animal control is like hanging around. Well, no, actually, some of the animals have shown up. We got the petting zoo, we got the kid rescue. Claus is here, that's right, they showed up. Reptiles, are they here yet?
I haven't seen them.
Okay, reptiles haven't shown up yet.
Reptiles yet. We
haven't seen greyhounds yet. Well, here, this is a really good indication of how many people have yet to show up. And if this still looks like a lot of envelopes, you didn't see what I brought, how many I brought. So I mean, these tubs were all like overfilled. Like I couldn't actually fit all of the envelopes in here. So yeah, believe it or not, actually, we've already checked in quite a few people, even though this looks like a lot of people haven't picked up. I don't know, we're not maybe about halfway checked in, just to kind of give you a sense of scale of just how many people are coming to this event. What are you looking for?
Another Mac.
Oh, you need the blue ones?
Yes.
Yep, sorry, they're in my cart.
Terribly sorry.
No, you're fine.
Jeff, I have a real question for you.
Fire away.
The number of tables on here, does that include any tables that we brought, or is it just...
No.
This is just what you ordered?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
That is strictly that.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Good question. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling incredibly good about this year. I got a good night's sleep. I got a great shower, good night's sleep. Last night I spent at home was last night. Tonight we're gonna be in the hotel up through the event, so I won't be home again until Monday. So I mean, yeah, I'm a little like physically tired, not too bad, but my spirits are great. This is looking awesome. Things are coming together. Even though it took us 7 hours to ground mark yesterday, I'm just feeling so incredibly good. No idea what to expect tonight with FOL Eve. This is our first time doing this, and I don't know. I mean, is one person going to show up, or a million people? Are we going to have, nobody? Are we going to have everybody? I have no clue what to expect, so we're doing our best to just go ahead and get ready, brace ourselves for potentially just a tsunami of people or not. But we'll see that when we get there. But I also know that the event this weekend is, we're shaping up to look awesome. And as I look over this and I just see, everything sprouting up, I mean, I'm watching it grow. I'm watching it form. I'm watching it take shape. And, this is the 13th time I've done this. And there's just something incredible. I'm actually having a little chills now, just kind of actively thinking about it. I've worked for an entire year, like 10 months, planning, preparing for this, and now it's happening. And you live with something in the abstract for so long. I mean, yes, I know I'm making a map of a real location and putting down vendor spots and handling those registrations, but it's all just that. It's all just so abstract until now. Now that I'm seeing, the tents go up, it's like, oh my God, this is, it's coming to life. It's actually happening. The event is starting to become concrete and real. And it's the 13th time I've done this, and it hasn't dulled. The beauty of it just hasn't in any way tarnished or faded. In the middle of the most strenuous, exhausting, difficult part of the whole thing, I was already thinking how much I'm looking forward to doing this again in 2027 for year 14. I was already talking about next year's theme with some of my directors the other night. So much work, and it just takes so long to get here, but every single time I do get here, it's worth it. It is worth that 10 months of planning and prep. But more than anything else, I mean, I'm right now getting ready to fully enjoy this. That 10 months of preparation, for me, that's gonna end tomorrow at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. when the gates open. Because that is when preparation is done and the event happens. And the reality is at that point, I really do get that sense of, I did it. I finished, I'm done. And now I just let it happen. And I get to enjoy it. And, well, I hope you enjoy it too.